Okay, we're going to look at little bits of pieces that people don't realise. All right, so through catch wrestling and through what I know, we use a lot of ankle rinds on the shins and shin pinches and basic little heel hooks. Works much better in wrestling groups, but if people use elevators in what I class as my martial art, then we get to play with those elevators. So we're going to go to classic butterfly guard. All right, he's dived in and he's put his foot deep in underneath here. He's got elevators in. He's ready to go with his butterfly guard. So what we're going to do is we're going to spoil his day really. So Graham, for the act of the video, he has to take this leg out so that you can see what's going on under here. All right, so imagine that he's got both legs in. So what I do, the first thing I do is I make a good posture and I don't let him get double underhooks. Okay, I just sit here. I'm not reaching. I'm not fighting for anything. He might try and grab my head and stuff, but first thing I always do, once this is nicely locked in here, nice and tight, and he's trying to work with it, is that I take my hand and I get hold of his heel. And once I get hold of his heel, I just start to twist. Okay, see, that makes him uncomfy straight away. It's just a heel hook. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drive him over onto his side, which is normally what happens. He'll try and go inverted or something, but we're going to show you how to shut that down as well. So I grab hold of the heel and I pull that upwards. Now, as he turns to alleviate that, all I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the pinkies of his foot and I take my shin across his own shin. And from this point, literally all I'm going to do is I'm going to add pressure and pull, and it's a tap. All right. This does not look like a tap, but Graham will say it hurts a lot, and Graham doesn't tap to anything that hurts. But this leaves bruises that you will never forget. Okay. So I go in here. He sticks an elevator in. He's trying to do sweeps and stuff. I keep everything tight. Don't allow him to get his hands in. I'm going to grab the heel of his foot and I start to put torsion through his knee. That's uncomfy there now. You can see that I'm putting torsion through it. My leg is getting in the way at the moment of him being able to roll out of it. So what he will do is he'll take his knee to the ground. I'm going to just grab his pinky. Yeah, so I've just got the traditional toe hold place. My little finger goes over his little toe and I grab his foot. I then keep hold of his heel and I just drive my shin across his heel and I'm going to drive and pull. Yeah, and get the tap. It's really not nice. It's not really pleasant. What will happen 9 times out of 10 is he will kick me away with his foot, okay? But that gives me access to his legs. I really like it. People find it very, very unexpected, and you can hit it from all sorts of places when people use elevator guard. I use it in places like De La Riva guard. So if someone comes out here and does this, and they've got a tight De La Riva, then I just start to crank on this. It really starts to put torsion through his knee. He starts to feel something bad, especially with my idea of what an open guard attack is. And as soon as that starts to straighten, it's a back step to Honey Hole or Kasapatane or Sengoku or 411 or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, use this. It's nasty and your friends will love you for it. Not.